What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure. Time for a 4th of July What Sold?
Mountain Man
Treasures.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. My name is Troy. I am a part-time reseller based out of Montana. That means I go into estate sales, thrift stores, garage sales, wherever it is. I find stuff, I buy stuff, and then I sell it again online, ideally for a profit. And we do that part-time to supplement income and help pay off student loans and medical bills and stuff like that. And if I can do it, and if I can do it here in Montana, small town Montana, you can do it wherever you are. And this is a video where we're going to look at what sold over about a week's time. I haven't done a video, actually, I think since Wednesday at this point. It's been a few days. And I needed a couple days, needed a breather from YouTube, and it's been really nice. I'm ready to start going again. Just needed to step back for a couple days. So instead, I turned my attention to eBay, and we started listing more. And I've been digging through the Star Wars stuff and other things that I've picked up and getting those listed. And we're seeing the results of that. I've actually had a whole lot of sales this weekend, and we'll talk about those here in a couple days. But this video, because otherwise it'll get too long, we're going to look about a week or so, and there's quite a few here. And then, like I said, there's quite a few from this weekend, and we'll go over those. A lot of Star Wars this weekend moving out. So the first one, really low dollar here, but you know what? Sale's a sale. This is Overlord. This is the Blu-ray only. It sold for $6.99, free shipping. And then we sold a new inbox Sony. Sony sells, guys, and we found this at a garage sale, my daughter and I, a couple weeks ago. And it's not a super high-end Sony. It's a relatively low-end, but it's still new, factory sealed. Picked it up for $10, and it sold within about a week of listing it for $83.74 plus shipping. That's a fantastic flip, and obviously very easy to then send off. Then we sold to Germany, I believe is where this went. We picked this up, my daughter and I, as well, a couple weeks ago, picked this one up. Logitech. This is like a presentation remote of some kind. It sold for 36 euros, so we make a pretty good profit on that one. Then one that I picked up early this summer, this is a Red Devil fireworks apron. This is one that somebody working at a fireworks stand would have worn. It was dated 2000, so officially vintage, and people do follow. Red Devil fireworks actually has a pretty decent following. I put this up to auction, and it got a lot of watchers, and then nobody ever bid on it. So I put it back up for a buy it now, priced it up a little bit, and eventually picked up a watcher that I sent an offer to, and they accepted for $22.27 plus shipping. I paid, I think, 50 cents for that. Then another one that my daughter and I picked up, so this is good that you see stuff that you picked up a couple weeks ago already sold. That means you're picking up good stuff. This is a Dumbo figurine from Walt Disney. Picked up a couple of these for, I think we paid $5 a piece on them. The other one we still have, I don't remember which one that is. It's not Dumbo. I think it's Winnie the Pooh. And the Dumbo sold to somewhere in the UK, I think. It sold for 47.50 euros, so we make about 25-30 bucks, something like that, after fees and shipping and all of that. This one is pretty cool. Wendell Wilkie. This is an old vintage pin, not high dollar, but this was part of a bulk purchase, and that's when you list everything. $5.99, free shipping. 100% profit, what little profit we do make on that. And then we sold this guy, Jurassic Park. There's some great Jurassic Park figures, and this guy looks like just a figure, right? No big deal. Well, this guy in the red hat, relatively hard to find. And my daughter and I picked this up at a sale. We got a whole lot of figures and various things from this lady. This was the first stop we made this day, and she was just clearing stuff out. She just wanted stuff out. And she had a lot of these little figures on a table. I think this guy was 10 cents. So I picked this guy up for 10 cents, and he sold for 35 euros. That's a solid turnaround for just a little figure. So keep an eye out for the old Jurassic Park stuff. Then we sold this Prince. This is Purple Rain on DVD, new and sealed. $4.74. This is an offer I sent out. I think it was $4.99 plus shipping. I sent an offer of $4.74. And Phil, watcher of the channel, subscriber of the channel, he's up in Canada, in Vancouver, if I recall. and he picked this up as part of a gift for his girlfriend for her birthday. So really, really cool that he came by and purchased that. He's also a part-time reseller, and so said thank you and appreciates the channel, and it's helped him in his business, which is fantastic to hear. I love hearing from folks say, hey, I saw this, I learned this from you, and it made me money. That's why I'm doing this. I want to help. I was helped by so many people on YouTube that's why I started the channel, and that's why I put the time and effort into this, because I want to help other people grow their business as well. I think it's fantastic. So when I hear that, right there, Phil, thank you. I appreciate hearing that, and thank you for your business. That's awesome. I hope it got up there. It's international shipping, so I hope it gets there in time for you. And then another viewer came in and bought something else. This is Jay. Jay picked up this thing. He is a fantastic supporter of the channel. And this is the Keeper Chronicles. It's the entire trilogy in one book. And this was another offer that I sent out. Turns out that it went to Jay, $22.22. I can't remember. I think that's plus media mail shipping. So Jay down there in Texas, Jay, thanks so much, my friend. Once again, I sure appreciate you. Then we sold one of the Lightning McQueen Shake and Goes. This is Lightning, and there are all the other characters have a shake and go. I picked up a box of these for $10 and have sold quite a few of them already, actually. This one for $16.39 plus shipping. And then we sold the Easy to Weave Afghan. This, I sent out an offer and they countered, and I took it. I think I paid $1 for this, $2, something like that. We didn't pay much for this at a garage sale, and it sold for $17 plus shipping. And then Resident Evil 3 for the PS4. This one that I picked up from the 50 Mile garage sale that was not Star Wars. And I picked up a small pile of stuff from this guy. And he had these games tagged at $10. And I asked, hey, if I get 3 of them, would you do 5 apiece? And he did that. And so we're $5 into this, and it sold for $19.76 plus shipping. Then I sold another one of those T-shirts that we picked up in our bulk T-shirt by, I guess that must be about a month ago, and now we're running relatively low on those. We've sold most of them. This one, the Black Dahlia Murder, this is the band T-shirt, sold for $23.44 plus shipping. Then we sold a baseball glove. It's getting, feeling late into the season. And so I've been taking offers on gloves just to move them out so that they're not sitting there. And this one, a Louisville Slugger. This is a left-handed thrower, so this is better. You find a lot of the right-handed throwers, and those are the gloves that go on your left hand. This one goes on your right hand for the left-handed throwers. Those tend to sell a little bit better, and oftentimes for a little bit more. This one sold for $29.81 plus shipping, and if you've not sold these before, the best way to do it is put them in a padded flat rate envelope. They're almost all going to fit unless it's a giant size or maybe a catcher's mitt or something. Even then, you might be able to get it in. They generally are going to fit in that padded flat rate envelope, so you know what you're going to charge, and you just slide them in and send them out. It's very, very easy. The Last of Us Part 2, this is another one that I picked up from that guy, so $5 in, and it sold for $21.43 plus shipping. And just like Sony sells, Buffy sells, guys. And here is a Buffy sale. This is actually the spin-off. This is Spike Into the Light. Picked this up at the Buffy sale, where we picked up all of those great comic books and Buffy the Vampire Slayer stuff and the Madonna stuff and all of that. We're way into the money on that deal. And just this one book paid off much of what we spent there. $43.54 plus shipping on this little book. Then we sold a little plush fox. I picked this thing up for, gosh, it may have been 50 cents, something like that. And an offer came. I had it listed about 10, but when I got it home and listed it, the sell-through rate wasn't real high on this particular guy. So when I got an offer, I accepted it. So $6 plus shipping, not a lot of money, but again, you got to counter. When you look at what somebody sends you, you really have to balance that against what is the sell-through rate on this? If I deny this, if I counter it and it doesn't sell, how long am I then going to be sitting on it to make an extra $2, $3? Sometimes a low offer is a good enough offer, and that was the case on this guy. So $6 plus shipping on this. Then we sold a Christmas ornament. Christmas sells year-round, guys, so don't discount the Christmas stuff. And this one is Nostalgic Houses. it's a house, but it's a series. They release a new one each year, and this one sold for $39.86 plus shipping. And then I've mentioned it before, but Sierra Club, if you see it, if you can pick it up for cheap, it doesn't sell for a lot, but it is something that's going to sell, at least for me, it sells every single time. Check it out, this Sierra Club backpack in beautiful condition, a little embroidery on there, and I paid $1 for this. And again, I put this up for about $10 plus shipping. I sent out an offer, they countered, and I countered back and bounced back, and we settled at $8.50 plus shipping. So not a big sale, but I've never listed a Sierra Club bag that I then did not sell. You're always going to get like 10 or 12 bucks, even for the basic stuff. So if you get it cheap at a yard sale, you can be pretty sure that it's going to sell. It's a very large club. They've got membership across the country. And so that stuff does sell very, very well. And then a Star Wars sale, not the Star Wars garage sale pickup. This is just something that I found. Actually, these were at that lady where the Jurassic Park guy was. Picked up these as well. They didn't sell particularly well, so I put all three of them together, put them at auction, and we got basically nothing out of them. 99 cents plus shipping, but it's fine. It's a sale. It moved it out. I'm not going to argue about, $1. Whatever. Then we sold this one much better, and this one much better because it went to a viewer of the channel. This went out to Richard. This is the Super Chorus Sound Tank, $35.42 plus shipping. Richard said he's a big fan of the channel. He's a newer reseller and appreciated the channel. And so Richard, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for coming in and supporting the channel. That's a cool little sound tank, and I think you're going to like it. And he said he appreciates my positivity. So, Richard, I appreciate that. I've not been super positive, actually, this weekend because I'm in a bit of a, I don't know if fight is the right word, but I'm stuck with somebody trying to scam me out of a few bucks on eBay. There's probably a video coming with that because I've gotten people from eBay, been completely not helpful. Today, I actually, talked with Carl from eBay for Business, who I've dealt with before. He's been much more, at least human about it. Not all that much more helpful in terms of end result, but at least he's being a person about it. And so we'll do a video on that. I've been kind of crabby this weekend, but I'm mostly positive. So, Richard, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oops. This is a hair color remover. This is when you screw up and you don't like the color or whatever. Picked this up for probably 50 cents at a recent garage sale a couple weeks ago, and it sold for $9.98 plus international shipping. I think this went to Israel. So that's a pretty cool sale. It's interesting what people will pay to get internationally. The Chop Wizard. Check this guy out if you find it. Pick it up because it sells every single time. This is an as seen on TV item, and the sell-through rate on this is ridiculous. It's going to sell if you pick it up. $33.49, free shipping. I think this one went to California. It didn't cost me then very much to ship it out, like $8 or $9. So we make pretty solid money on it. I think I paid $1 at the garage sale where I picked this up. So we do make solid money on it, and it sold within about 2 weeks. So that's a good flip. Then we get into this is the very first sale of the Star Wars pickup, of the mega haul, the insane Star Wars haul. If you didn't see that, that's one of our last videos on the channel. Picked up a pile of Star Wars stuff for $250, and we are way into the profit. I haven't run the numbers yet, but I'm sure we've probably made $1,000 at least on them, at least gross at this point. I've got a few more auctions ending this weekend, so after the weekend, I'll take a look at the numbers and see where we're actually at, but we sold a whole lot of those characters in the last couple of days. This was the first one to sell. This is Pruneface from 1984. He sold for $59.96 plus shipping. He sold for so much because he was complete. He had his original coat. He had his original gun. It's the accessories that were always lost, and so if you find stuff with the accessories, that makes them much more valuable. Then something else that I found at the 50-mile garage sale, I paid $0.25 for this because the sell-through rate on this is also very good. It's SpongeBob, Employee of the Month. This is an old PC game. I don't know why, but it sells pretty regularly. $19.42, free shipping, but it's first class, very light. And like I said, we paid $0.25 for it. Another Buffy. This is Once More with Feeling. This is the soundtrack off of the musical episode that they've done. I think this is the third one that I've sold now. This sells every single time. This one didn't sell for as much because it was just the disc. If you can find it intact, it actually is going to sell for more, but disc only. We sold it for $6.99, free shipping. Then some more stuff from the Star Wars haul. It wasn't just Star Wars. There was other sci-fi stuff with it. Some of it Battlestar Galactica, and turns out some of that, the value on those is even higher than a lot of the Star Wars stuff because it's a little bit more rare. And so this from 1978, Battlestar Galactica. This first one is Commander Adama. He sold for $53.59 plus shipping, and sold relatively quickly. And then this is Starbuck, $73.69 plus shipping. Those actually went to the same buyer. Then we sold a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sketch. Haven't sold one of these for a while. Still got a couple of them left, and this was one of the better ones. Sold for $74.99 plus shipping. That 100% profit at this point. Then we sold this Cylon Raider, this also from Battlestar Galactica. I probably could have put this at auction. Probably should have put this at auction, but I went and listed it as a buy it now, and it sold quickly. So I'm good with that. I think if I'd have listed this at auction, we got $83.74 plus shipping for it. I think we could have got anywhere between $20, $25 and maybe $50 more, because it was in great shape and it was complete. So I probably screwed up not putting this one at auction. We could have got more for it, $100 plus, relatively easily, but I'm still very, very happy with it. The buyer got a good deal. They left positive feedback, and I'm happy with that. Then we sold this one, a cool pickup, also from that same lady where the Jurassic Park figure was, and we sold a Stephen King book from there, and I'm still going through and listing a few of the things that I picked up there. Really cool vintage stuff there, and this was only $1, and I just had a really good feeling about it. And then when we got home and I looked it up, I did not comp this one there because her prices were so good, and it was the first sale, so we were grabbing stuff because we wanted to get to the next sale. They had a blow mold advertised, and I wanted to get to that next sale, and so we were just grabbing stuff here, and I had a good feeling about it, and I was right. It comps very, very well. $49.91 plus shipping for this little Casio keyboard. Muppet Babies. It was cool, and it worked extremely well, very clean. That was a cool little sale. Then we sold another Christmas ornament, this little low dollar thing, but I paid $1.25 for it, Looney Tunes. This is Bugs Bunny, of course, balancing the gingerbread man on his nose, bouncing on a ball. Just a cool ornament, and I figured it would sell for a few bucks. $8.94, free shipping. Then I took an offer on a shirt that's been sitting around for a year and a half. This is a single stitch Ohio State t-shirt. I took an offer of $10 plus shipping on that. And then another Star Wars sale, this $24.78 plus shipping for the Wampa. This is the monster, like the Yeti type monster on Hoth. Luke slices off his arm. Remember that whole thing? This was pretty clean. And there were some yellow spots on it, but they weren't bad. This was one that has a history of yellowing to age. And so the buyer was he's already left feedback and, asked for some additional pictures saying, hey, is it yellowing? Can you take some pictures in natural light so I can really see? If people aren't being obnoxious about it, they seem like a true, they want to buy it, but they just want to be sure about it. I got no problem with that. So yeah, I went outside and just in the driveway and took a few more pictures and said, here you go. And 10 minutes later, they bought it, and they've left feedback, and they're very excited about it. So $24.78 for that guy. Pretty happy with it. Then we sold a book. This is Ernest Hemingway, The Sun Also Rises. This is not an old book. It's Canterbury Classics. They re-released like 100, or I don't remember how many. They re-released a whole bunch of classic titles, and I found a dozen or so at a garage sale and filtered through them and cherry-picked the ones that I thought were going to be the best. And we've sold one of them already, and actually sold another one this weekend. I think we'll be on the next What Sold video. But this was the best one. This is Ernest Hemingway, $43.54 plus shipping for that guy. And then we sold the Tauntaun. This one going to Australia. This one also from Hoth. $89.29 Australian dollars. The Australian dollar, it changes, but it's around 75 cents, 72 to 75 cents, in that range. So we still make some pretty decent 30, 40 bucks or something off of that sale, and it sold very, very quickly. And then I had one buyer come in and end up buying 5 different items. She is in France and was very excited to be getting some of these. And so here's the first set of 3 that she bought. She bought Yoda from 1980. This Yoda complete. Keep an eye out. He sells very, very well. And then we sold 21B, the medical droid, also from 1980, and Bosk, the bounty hunter, also again from 1980. Those 3, $119.91 was the purchase price on those 3. And then she found another listing and went in. This was one of my web interpret listings that she found it that way. And I don't know why she didn't find it through my US listing like she did the others, but I mean, it's fine. I just end up having to pay a fee to web interpret for it, a 5% fee. But, she bought so many. I'm good with that. This is Leia in her best pin outfit. This is 67.91 euros is what she paid for this. And then she came in and sent me an offer on another one. And I think mostly she sent me an offer so that she could ask if I would get her a shipping discount. And because she attached a message to it. And of course I said, yeah, we'll work to get you the best deal. So I think I had him listed for 33, 34 bucks, something like that. Took the offer, of course, $30 plus shipping for the Renker Keeper. So altogether, she's in about 230 bucks. So a fantastic deal. And I looked at what she paid in shipping and then looked at what it would actually cost me. I combined all of them and messaged her. And what I did, because it was a high dollar order, what I did, I actually upgraded it to Priority International. That way there's a little more protection. I think that offers you, $200 of protection in shipping in case it gets lost. And just like first class and priority in the States, I figure she's got a better chance of getting it quicker and not getting lost in the system. And so with a higher dollar order, that's what I decided to do. And even after basically upgrading the shipping, she had still paid more than what it was. And so I think I owed her probably about 25 bucks in shipping. I sent her back 30 because, she bought so much stuff. So I told her, hey, we upgraded you. And she was very happy about that. She said, that was a great decision. I appreciate that. I'm so glad to be getting it Priority International. And she was very happy at the end of the day. So a couple $100 for figures from that lady in France. And she said she may come back and buy some more. So she's going to have to hurry because I'm selling them pretty quickly. This is a Waldorf doll. That's the type of doll that it's called. I picked this up at the same place I picked up that Ernest Hemingway book, incidentally. And this sold for $22.27 plus shipping. I paid $1 for it. And the buyer already left me positive feedback, was very excited about getting it. So a nice little flip there. Then I sold this Hagen Renker Fawn. Hagen Renker is the brand name. It's just a little mini porcelain animal, and they make a bunch of different ones. And I don't even remember. I think I paid $1 for this at an estate sale. I got a whole bunch of stuff there. And this was $9.98 plus shipping is what we got for that. And then guess what? Another Star Wars. This one, the 1980 Lobot Benjamin, sent me a message and said, hey, I saw this on your video. I need this one for my collection. And so we made a deal with him. I think I had it listed at about 14 bucks, and he sent me an offer of $9.95 plus shipping. Absolutely. For a viewer of the channel, we're absolutely going to get you some good deals when we can. So that one I sent out to Benjamin. So I hope that is a good addition to your collection. Thank you so much for watching the channel and for supporting us that way. And then I can let you in on these now because I've sold all of them that I had. Check this guy out. This is from NECA. It is the Frankenstein Monster, the ultimate Frankenstein Monster. I picked this up. I was actually at Walmart picking up some other stuff, and I usually kind of cruise by the clearance section and just run down the aisle, see if there's anything there. And usually there's not, honestly. And then I'll run by the electronics section because that's where they hide the, Funko Pops and different figures and stuff. And I saw these and I thought, you know what, that looks interesting. NECA is typically pretty high-end, desirable stuff, or it can be. And so I did a quick scan, and these were being sold for $29.96 a piece. And they were selling, there was like 20 some listed and 180 solds or something like that. And so I don't do a whole lot of retail arbitrage, but I'll dip my toe in the water every once in a while. And this is one I felt confident doing that. So I bought, they had 4 of them. I bought all 4. So we were, $120 in. on these 4 figures, which is quite a lot, right? But I was confident in the sell-through rate. And so we're not going to make a ton of money on these, but it was easy money. You know, taking pictures of new stuff is super easy. I like finding that at garage sales. So the same thing at stores. You just pay up and your margin is not as high. So one guy messaged me and said, hey, would you do 100 if I bought 2? Because I had these listed at basically $60 free shipping. And I said, you know what? I can't do 100, but I do 110. So basically I took $5 off of each of them, and he did it. So 2 of them going out for 110 free shipping. I think it went to California. So shipping was actually pretty cheap. It was only about $10 for me. And so we made decent money on those. And then this weekend, 2 different individual orders, I sold each of those. So I can't, you know, when you're seeing this, I have no idea. Even if you're seeing it day of publishing, you know, retail arbitrage, that changes all the time. And so you never know. So please don't just go out and go, oh, Mountain Man bought these and sold them, I'm going to buy them. Double check, make sure that they're still selling, because markets tend to get flooded and the sales will just tank. Just one day they sell, the next day they don't. So make sure when you're going out, you see people talking about retail arbitrage items, that you do your due diligence, make sure they're actually still selling, and make sure you're willing to invest that money. I mean, I sold them, the 2 of them, for about 60, individually, $60, right? So you figure $10 for shipping, $30 to buy it, that's $40. That's only leaving $20 left. They're going to take fees out. You know, you're not going to make a ton of money off of each of these. But again, it was easy money. And so I was glad to do it, and it worked out because we've sold all 4 of them. But if you're going to do it, be sure you're willing to take that risk and recognize that they might not be selling tomorrow. We sold another Buffy thing. This is Buffy, the entire Buffy series, and then the entire spin-off Angel series. Each of them will sell on their own, but they sell a little bit better and a little bit faster and for more money if you put them together. So that's what I did. This is Buffy and Angel, and I listed them for $100, and it turned out 16 cents. I don't know, because I have a sale running always in my store, and so it does kind of give kind of goofy numbers sometimes. So $100.16 free shipping. They were very heavy because it was like 13 season DVDs or something like that. So it was quite heavy, but it's media mail. So, you know, it's relatively cheap to ship, and I just tape them in a box and send them out. They're not going to get busted. It's a very easy thing to sell media. And so I was happy with that. You know, we get $100 off of, I think we paid $20 for the whole set, but then we bundled it again with everything else. This is from the Buffy sales. So we're maybe $15 into this, if that. And so that a pretty solid turnaround. And then we sold Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This one, another viewer of the channel, big fan of Hitchhikers, is Allie. And she saw me list this Marvin pin, and I think bought it, I think the day after I listed it. This from my Bambox subscription, and a little enamel pin. Really, really cool. $9.98 free shipping. Allie, I love when you come in the store. Thanks so much. And then I sold a cookbook. Guys, don't go out and buy a bunch of cookbooks, because very many of them are worth very little. But every once in a while, you find some that are pretty solid, and this one is a good one. This is the 1953 edition of the Better Homes cookbook. It's not from 1953. It's a relatively new cookbook. It's just the 1953 edition that they re-released, and it's in beautiful shape. Like, it was super, super clean. I'm pretty sure this was a gift or something that was never used. And I think I paid $2 for this at a garage sale, and we got $43.54 plus shipping for it. So very, very happy about that sale. And then quickly, just a couple more. This video is getting super long. I sold a set of Star Wars things to another buyer, the Black Series Luke. This was a retail arbitrage deal that flopped. It's been sitting in my bin for, I don't even know how long, a year and a half, something like that. But he was coming in, he looked at the other Star Wars stuff, and he probably searched my store for Star Wars, and this popped up, and he bought it. So we got Black Series Luke, we got 1983 Chief Chirpa, one of the Ewoks, and 1983 Squid Head. Between the 3 of them, came out to $62.27 plus shipping. So happy about that. And then we sold a socket, the Craftsman, this is the V series, a deep socket, $16.39, free shipping, 100% profit. I bought a whole mess of these things for like $5. And so I've got a handful listed. I got more for when it's like basically in the winter and I don't want to go out and do anything. I clean up and list some sockets, and we're going to make some pretty good money off of these. That's what we sold. This video is like a half hour long already, guys. So we're going to cut this thing off pretty quick. If you stuck around this far, God bless you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. A couple of quick things that I wrote down right here that I want to make sure that we hit on. Someone got in, and it says someone because they didn't leave their name. They bought us 3 coffees. So thank you so much for doing that. We've got the Buy Me a Coffee link down below in the description if that's something that you want to do. Thank you so much for that. They said they appreciate all the information and knowledge that we share. So that, again, like I talked about before, makes me feel good. You know, I like that we're sharing valuable information. And we did hit 5K. We are almost at 5,100 now, in fact, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. So, you know, keep tuned. We're going to do a giveaway for our subscribers, and I'm still working on figuring out exactly what we want to do. It's been busy here, so I'm a little behind, but we're going to figure out on exactly what we're going to do with that giveaway. I've got some ideas. It's going to be good, and, you know, it's free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? One of the things that I'm looking at as well, maybe getting some hats for the channel. We've got some merch. The merch is, the link is down below in our store as well. We've got stickers and mugs and T-shirts, and I've got a whole lot of all of those sitting around right now. They're not ordered. They're not like print on demand. I've actually purchased these from another small business owner. He watches the channel, so I like to be able to support him that way. It's actually, if it matters to you with the quality that you can trust, it's good. My buddy Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, uses him as well. So he does fantastic work. It's cool stuff. So if you're interested in those, down below, but we're actually looking at maybe getting some hats made as well. He doesn't do hats, but I've got a lead on another place that does. Jimmy over at Old School Flips. Check out his channel. He got some hats done, and they look incredible. And so let me know down in the comments if you're interested in hats. The buy-in cost is going to be more, especially because I'm not going to be able to buy in quantity on these because, you know, I don't know what the demand is, and they're actually a little bit more expensive. There's an initial fee for them to convert your logo into a digital format, and they're embroidered, so that's a little bit more expensive. And so just full transparency, the cost of these hats is probably going to be about $15, $16 plus that initial fee a piece, I believe. That's my cost. And so if we were to get some and list them in the store, it would be a very limited run. We'd be looking at getting like 10 or 15 maybe, at least to start off. That would be as many as we'd probably get. And I'd probably end up having to list them at about, you know, 30, 35 bucks in order to make any kind of money and, you know, and pay it off. I think at the end we'd end up making about 50 bucks, you know, if they all sold type of thing. So, you know, I'd probably end up having to charge about 30 bucks for them. So I recognize that that's higher. And if that's not something that you're interested in, 100% understand, but I wanted to put that out there and see, you know, at that price point, if you'd be interested in it. And so let me down below. We might get a few hats made. And then I also want to put up here Enaman Adventures. I mentioned Kevin over at Commonwealth Picker. There is an Instagram account that's been started following the Enaman's adventures around the country. And it's a cool account. Go follow them on Instagram, actually. And they've contacted me and said, hey, we'd actually like some help. Because I know so many of you out there have the Enaman. Mine is, there he is, back there. He's hanging out. If you happen to take him out with you on your adventures, what they'd like to do is get a photo of the Enaman in all 50 states. And I know we've got some viewers international as well, certainly Canada, over in the UK, Australia. So we can add those to the list as well. So go give them a follow up there. Go give them a follow on Instagram. And take your buddy with you. If you go on a trip, if you go garage selling, wherever it is, send them the photo. You know, send them a photo in messages and let them know where you're at, what state you're in. And let's see if we can get all 50 checked off the list. I think it would be fun. It's certainly something that I enjoy looking at. It's fun seeing where that little plush ends up. And so support them that way for me, if you would. So that's what we've got right now, guys. I sure appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, the video got long, but it's been a while since we did one, so we had a lot to catch up on, and we still have more to catch up on, but we're going to put together another video for that. So thanks for tuning in. I sure appreciate you. We're going to cut this thing off. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. That certainly helps me, and we'll see you next time.